Why do they never go in for me?
Hello everybody, I'm back again with another video in less than 3 months. This is amazing. Yeah, thought I'd do a non-vinyl tag. So Alan over at Static Traveller has come up with an idea of 10 questions for a non-vinyl tag. So the idea, I guess, is to show anything you like that isn't basically vinyl, which is, I've got a fair smattering of stuff that's lying about. Thought I'd show a few bits and pieces. So I'm going to show all CDs apart from the magazines and books that some of the questions asked for. So let's get into it. Right, so the first question was, I've got my bit of paper here. First question was show either a mini album replica or unusual packaging. Well, I'm going to do both. So I've shown this before, but people might not have watched my CD finds videos sometimes. But here we've got this box set. So this is Blaxploitation, and this is a collection of soundtracks from the early 70s. So these are all, well, it's really funny how they've done it. They're all original, like cover sort of mini album replicas, except they're all gatefold, which I suppose it's to fit in the box, but they're all gatefold. So all the middles has got absolutely nothing in, but they've got the sort of mini replicas. So you've got Marvin Gaye's Trouble Man, James Brown with what is it, Black Caesar. You've got Roy Ayers with Coffee. You've got Shaft in Africa. You've got, that one's really good, I really like this one. Booker T and the MGs doing Uptight. You've got Isaac Hayes doing Shaft, which is a fantastic soundtrack, and then back to that. So they're my mini album replicas that I'm showing, and I can just get those back in. And so I'm also going to show a couple of unusual packaging. So I'm going to show this one. So this is Beck's album Guero, which was released in quite a nice little book format. So I don't know if you can see, but it's got the sticker on there. But it's a lovely art book. It takes the form of a lovely art book with lots of lyrics and different bits and pieces. There we go. And it's also got, it's got the CD, it's an extended version of the album, so it's got, I think it's 3 extra tracks, 3 bonus tracks and 4 bonus remixes on it, as well as the standard album. And then you've got a DVD, which is DVD audio of it with a couple of bonus videos. So it's a really nice package, this is. I really like this. I think I only picked it up for like, I don't know, a couple of quid. I think I got it for. It's really lovely. It's a lovely little package. And then I thought, I think Alan did show a spiritualized, I've forgotten which one he did. Did he do an Electric Mainline? I think he showed the CD version of Electric Mainline. Well, Spiritualized did all kinds of weird packaging. I mean, but the one I've got that is strange is this one, which is it's Let It Come Down, and it's actually a 3D sculpture. It's one of those 3D images where it looks like on the, you know, where it's sticking out, where it's actually sticking in, and you get the CD out from behind. So I thought that was quite cool, and I thought I'd share that one. So there we go, some weird CDs. Right, question 2, a music book you return to. Well, in the day, now that you've all got the internet, I don't really go back to books that often. I read them, but then I won't really go back to them all that much. Because if I'm looking for a certain fact, I'm more likely to Google it now. But one book I always did used to go back to, especially when I didn't know so much about all the bands, was this one. This was a kind of Bible to me for quite a while. This is the Ragged Trouser Press Guide to 90s Rock. So as you can see, I've thumb my way through it. So I would use this to find out about really obscure American guitar bands, well, any kind of band. So if you wanted to know about Cracker Bash and their 2 albums from 92 and 93, then this is the place you could go before the internet. Holly Faith, Heaven Nova, I don't know, just about anybody who was anything in alternative rock from about, I don't know, late 70s up to sort of mid 90s, I guess. 96, 97. You find it in here, and this was a wealth of information. I actually got this in Tokyo in a book sale. I don't know why they were having I can't remember where they were. I think, was it in Yokohama? I can't remember, but somewhere they were having a sale of foreign books, and got it for 100 yen, which is basically 50p. And I've used this so much. This is a great book. I really, really, really flick through this over and over again. I love books like this. But there we go. So that's that one. That's the book. Right. What's this? 3 releases linked from 3 decades. Right. Okay. So I've chosen an artist that doesn't seem to get an awful lot of love on the VC. Maybe because her, I don't know. Maybe it's because her records are hard to come by. I don't know. But I've got most of her stuff on CD. I think there's 1 or 2 that I'm missing. But I thought, remarkably enough, PJ Harvey has been around now for releasing albums for 28 years now, which is quite incredible when you think about it. So we've got 3 releases from 3 decades. So we've got her debut, which is Dry, from 1992. So this has got Sheila and the Gig on it, and which was a fantastic single. Also on it is Dress. Yeah, I think that was the debut single. I think it might have been. That is a fabulous. What a brilliant debut album that really is. Probably bettered by some of her other records, but then she set such a high standard, like winning the Mercury Prize twice. A couple of times that they got it right, to be honest. Released shed loads of albums. Well, not shed loads. I think she's done 9 or 10, something like that, if you count the collaborations she's done. So this one. So we're moving into the 2000s now. I think this is 2004. We've got Her. There we go. Really like this. Some great stuff on here. And then, so moving into the 2010s, we got her last album that she released, or the latest album she released in 2016? Yeah, 2016. So the Hope 6 Demolition Project, which is as caustic as ever, really. Some fantastic songs on here. Things like The Wheel was a brilliant single, and so was Community of Hope. Inspired by a visit to a housing project in North America. I think it might have been in San Francisco, where there wasn't particularly, I don't think it was particularly all above board, I think. But anyway, this is fantastic. I think this is the one, isn't this the one that she composed sitting behind glass? Like when she did her self-installation, down on the South Bank or wherever it was. Can't remember where it was now, but I think that's this is the album she made then. But it's a great album. So there we go. 3 PJ Harvey albums in 3 different decades. Okay, so the next question was the box set with the most CDs in it. I don't have any really massive box sets. I've only got a few anyway, but the one I've got the most CDs in is this one, which I've shown before, which is my box set of This Woman's Work by Kate Bush, which has, I'll take the little book out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 CDs. So the first 6 of her albums, and then 2 compilations of singles tracks. So there we go. So that's the box set with the most CDs. Is 8. Not a massive number, but okay. Question number 5. Question number 5 is about a magazine. Now I have a fairly big collection of Melody Makers that I've kept from the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. But I'm not going to show that. I did buy like Mojo and classic rock and all kinds of stuff all the way through sort of the 2000s. But I think a couple of moves back, I ditched them all, just got rid of them all. And I haven't really got that many magazines at the moment. But one thing I did pick up, and I think I've got this in a charity shop, was this one. So people have shown the Mojo collections. Here we've got I think this is from Uncut, I think, yeah. Ultimate Music Guide. Yeah, from the makers of Uncut. So this is the Ultimate Music Guide to the Kinks. This is a really good overview of the Kinks and their different albums. Covers every album they released. Got some really good articles and interviews. Really good read. It's really good to just like flick through this and just have a really good read. Some good photos as well. So that's my magazine. So there we go. The Ultimate Music Guide to the Kinks. Then we've got a non-music CD. What have I done with this? I could only find one. When I was in Japan, my family used to send sort of tapes and CDs of comedy. Most of it was on tape. I can't find those at the moment. I know they're around somewhere because I kept them. But I found this one, which was a Fast Joe CD. I loved the Fast Joe. Really loved it. And it was really good to just get this. Just to whack on when I was feeling a little bit, missing British stuff. Whack that on. So there we go. That's my non-music CD. What we got? Album not played in over 2 years. So I think anybody with a large collection of music, there are records you have not got around to playing. 2 years is probably a bare minimum. I mean, there's probably stuff I haven't listened to for 10 years, to be honest. But so it's fairly easy to pick something out, but I thought I'd pick something interesting out. So I picked this one out, and I will go and listen to this later. So this is all about Eve's last album before they originally broke up. So this is called Ultraviolet, and this is it was almost a shoegaze record. It's like all about Eve's version of a shoegaze record. There's some really good stuff on here. Things like Phased, Yesterday Goodbye, Infrared, Dream Butcher. This was a really good attempt at trying to stay relevant, trying to leave the goth tag behind, but obviously it just wasn't there. And they split up soon after, but I am going to listen to this a bit later on because it's a damn good record. Album, not a record. Okay. Right. Okay. Question 8 was a music-related DVD, and I thought I'd dig this one out. This is a performance by the Long Riders at the Roxy Club, I think in LA, in late '86. So just after they released their second album, State of the Union, which is one of my favourite records. I love that album. It's a really odd performance though. The sound quality is abysmal. I don't know what they were recording on, but it sounds like it was recorded on a boombox. The pictures are okay, and the audience looked like they got taken from the extras from Pretty in Pink or some John Hughes movie. It's a bizarre, absolutely bizarre gig, but they turned in a good performance, and lots of stuff off State of Our Union. And there's a little bonus feature on here as well, which is a Sid Griffin acoustic session, sort of a half-hour little acoustic session, and he plays songs from all along, General Electric. He plays songs from Long Riders, plays all kinds of stuff, like solo stuff as well. and he talks a bit about the Long Riders and what happened to them and where he ended up. And it's really good. That's probably the best part of the DVD. So there we go. That's my DVD. Right, then we've got an album which was a disappointment. Yeah, this one's. I thought I was going to struggle with this, but then I thought, oh yeah, there is one, and it really isn't that much cop, to be honest. So one of my favourite bands is The Cult. I absolutely adore The Cult, and I always did, right up until they split up in '93. But then they came back, and they came back with this album, which is Beyond Good and Evil, and I don't know, I just can't get into this. I've tried so many times to listen to this. I mean, I bought it when it came out, and it just does nothing for me. It is such a disappointment. It really is. It doesn't recapture any of their anything that I loved about them. It just seemed an empty, really bland copycat attempt at trying to regain former glories, and it just doesn't work. So there we go. Disappointing album. A poor cover. It's got to be this one by Hardfire. Look at that. That is just so lazy. I hate covers like this. Oh so ironic and oh so funny. No cover art. Just get a bloody cover together, for goodness sake. Absolutely. Right, last question is an album that you wouldn't play your parents. And I remember this album. This is a story that I've probably told before. I think I'm pretty sure I've told it before on a video, but here it is again. So I was watching the South Bank show with my parents back in, I don't know, I think it must have been 87, 86, 85, 86 maybe. I can't remember when it was on. But they did a South Bank show, which is an arts programme in the UK, all about the Velvet Underground. And I think my mum was absolutely disgusted by the decadence and the general, just everything to do with Lou Reed and Andy Warhol and all the rest of it. And I was enthralled. And so my mum said, "Don't you ever bring that record, any of their records, into this house." So I, of course, very soon after, although this is a CD copy, very soon after I went and got the vinyl copy, which I play to death and I love to this day. So this is a CD copy that I picked up a lot later. But to me, this is just a brilliant, brilliant album from start to finish. The beautiful, beautiful songs like Sunday Morning and Femme Fatale, to things like Black Angel's Death Song and Heroin, Autumnized Parties, Run, 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 just so many. And Venus in Furs, what a song. Which I think is probably the one that tipped my mum over the edge, to be honest, when they started singing about Shiny, Shiny Boots of Leather. But there you go. So that's a record I would not play my parents. Well, I wouldn't play my mum. My dad would. I don't think there's a record that I couldn't have played in front of him, to be honest. Because he used to nick my Napalm Death records and play those, and Red Jesus Mary Chain, so I don't think there was anything that I could have played, really. But anyway, that's one I wouldn't have played in front of my mum, so there you go. Right, so I hope I did those questions justice, and I hope you found something entertaining in listening to me waffle on about them. Thank you, Alan, for those questions. They were a lot of fun to think about. And I shall be back again soon with another video. Cheers, everyone. Bye.